Oh, we're live.
Recently discovered in a small subsection of the Green
Ryan's getting everything set up.
United States Air Force is moving
All right, come on into the chat room. Oh, we're live. Oh, and I just heard myself. That freaked me out. There we go. Got it. Fixed it. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the program. Theresa and Laurie on the program tonight.
Come quick. The Chinese have taken over the island beachhead. What should we do?
Hey, Ron's handling some radio side business stuff. There we go. Boom. Give a share. We got our girls on. Come on. Let me go check Twitter really quick.
26 island refugees.
China has signaled their unconditional surrender.
We're going to be early.
We're professionals.
The cat cooler will never again be used in such a destructive way.
All right, we in. What up, Audrey? Hey, look, Theresa. Hey, Dixie. We're friends on Facebook now, just for the record.
Okay. Sad, but the island is a total loss. Cat Coolers does not recommend dropping coolers from planes, but the video is really cool, and it's still illegal to smuggle a cat into New Mexico.
Journey into the matrix of the mind. Stretch your imagination and challenge reality. Abnormal realities are beacons for the imagination. What society deems abnormal may be more real than we think. This is Abnormal Realities with your hosts, Ron Phillips and Rocci Stucci.
No stress, folks. It is, I think Tuesday, might be Wednesday, could be Saturday, depends on what part of the world you live in. Welcome to the program, Abnormal Realities. Ron Phillips, you're making it happen, bro. You're stressing me out. You yelled at me 3 times in the last 20 seconds, but we are here.
Yeah, we're here. We're a little early, but we're here.
Are we early?
Yeah, the news didn't fire. I don't know what the hell happened.
We don't need the news. It's dumb. It was a sign from the gods.
Okay, whatever, dude.
Do we need the news?
No.
Okay, here's the news. The world's going to shit. And back to your program, Ron Phillips.
Just so you know, the outro will be early, so at the very end of the show. Just say
Don't
it.
even care. We are professionals.
Oh,
We go
man.
with it. Watch this.
What in the hell?
We go with it.
What in the hell? Stop touching me, dude.
Damn it.
How's everybody?
I didn't hear anybody respond.
I didn't either.
Hey, Abnormal Realities, welcome to the program. This is going to be an exciting show. We got a lot going on. Ron is looking over the software right now, and everybody pay really close attention to what you're seeing right now. This is what we call producer Ron.
The problem
I
is
want Ron Phillips back.
Everything is
Bring him
working
back.
fine
Bring him
until everything is not working fine, and then what?
Ron, what? Knock it off.
Stop.
Damn it.
All right, we got a great show for you guys tonight. We got some guests. Tell them about our guestesses.
All right, so our guestesses, Theresa and Laurie. These girls from Andromeda 7, Celestial Gateway, been on their program before. My son's been on their program before. When we talk about people and character and drive and will and people that are above what normal society kind of puts themselves into with like belief systems, these are the people you want to follow. I mean, literally, they love my family like I love my family, and I love theirs just like they love theirs. I consider them personal friends, good friends, family. Ron, everybody, let's, group hug. Everybody, just bring it in. You know what I'm saying? Good people.
Bring it in.
So their spiritual work is profound. They have the show. I'm usually there on Friday nights just because the rest of the week I'm so occupied with other things. I usually stop into the show on Friday nights, and they have a nice array of people that come on the program, and they have some amazing, outstanding conversations. And here's the thing, a lot of these shows, when we talk spiritualism, let's put that over here for a second. A lot of shows, Ron, they kind of zero in on what they want to believe, and they find that little scope right there, and they stay there, right?
Right, yeah.
The cool thing about this show with Theresa and Laurie and their posse, the Andromeda posse, the Andromeda Army.
God help
I'm looking
us.
at them on the back screen. They open up to everything. And that's what we want to do, right?
Yeah.
We want to understand why people think, how they think, what brought them to a point in their life to why they think what they think. And what's even cooler is they're totally into the paranormal. And that gives me goosies right there. Look, goosies. Oh. So without further ado, folks, let's bring them onto the program. Welcome, Theresa and Laurie from Andromeda 7, Celestial Gateway. What's up, ladies?
Welcome, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
What's going on, girls? Come on, talk to me. Tell me a good story. Tell me how handsome I look right now.
Rugged.
Ruggedly handsome. That's what I tell him every night, too. Yeah, thanks. I do.
You tell me that I'm ruggedly handsome?
Yeah, you don't ever hear me, but I tell you.
selective hearing. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies, both of you have a program that you guys do. I've been on the program. Love chatting with you guys. I love going. Honestly, I don't go watch a lot of shows. I don't go interact with a lot of shows. It's not because I'm one of them kind of people. It's just my schedule is just consuming, right? So Friday night is like my first day off where I put my feet up.
Yeah.
8 o'clock rolls around, and I'm like, I got to go check out, see what's going on. I got to go see what kind of trouble these girls are causing tonight. Tell us about the program. Tell us, what's really interesting is how programs start, the idea, and the mission, because sometimes I believe there's greater forces at work when they put certain groups together and get people to start spreading messages. So tell us a little bit about what you guys have going on.
Well, it was about a year ago, wasn't it, Laurie?
Yeah,
That we
about a year.
We got together with Al Ciriello and other members of the Milky Way Soul Tribe recently. I guess it was a couple months after one of our brothers, Brian Barnett, ascended, and he had a beautiful program, the Milky Way Soul Tribe, and he called it what was it, Milky Way Messenger?
Yeah,
and
Milky Way Messenger.
And he had tons of people that followed his program, and a lot of them crossed over and watched. We're also concurrently watching Wayne Steiger, because that's where they all came out of, was the R. Wayne Steiger program. And Brian just wanted to try his hand at YouTube hosting, and he started out making music videos, very spiritual, very thought-provoking music videos, and then he segued into his own YouTube channel where he had his own guests and interviews and read books and did a lot of teaching, and he was a great guy. So when he ascended, he actually visited. Now, I know not everybody, believes in this, but in this spiritual community, we have experience with this. So take it for
Some
what it's
amazing
worth
things,
to you.
actually. Yeah.
But he visited different members of our community, and he gave us each a message that he wanted things to continue to move on, which it is happening with Milky Way Soul Tribe, because Robert V was one of his regulars who stepped up and stepped into that role. And he also wanted us to create a platform where all the different, he wanted unity. The message was unity, and and gateway growth, because he saw ahead of time what he thought was going to happen with Earth's energies, this shift in consciousness. He was teaching higher mind concepts, getting in touch, not only doing inner works, but getting in touch with your higher self, getting in touch with source. And so he wanted to create some type of a portal that all members of the YouTube community that came out of this soul tribe with all their own channels could come together once or twice a week and share ideas, share experiences, tell their stories, encourage others to come on and talk about their stories and experiences, because there's a lot of strange things going on. And some are borderline paranormal, but folks in the spiritual community don't consider it abnormal at all.
Right.
And it's their gnosis. It's mine too, in a lot of ways, in a lot of areas. I've opened up a lot in the past year, as a matter of fact. So that's what we did. We got together with David Berry, Soul Tribe Productions, doing graphics, Al Ciriello doing graphics, of course. He was driving this whole thing because he's a truck driver out there on the road, and he had access to everyone through his text phone, his cell phone.
He was literally driving this thing.
He was literally driving it. Yeah, he freaking was. And he'd be going across country, in his vehicle, chatting up with individuals, doing group chats. He ran the whole thing from the road. And I was sort of assisting him in that with administration. But I also have a background in communications, in marketing and sales. And I also have a background in technology. So I was helping him to bring it all together. And Laurie had a program. She was already hosting Pure Love Ascension. She had technical background too. Runs her own business, so she understands business management, administration. The skills just meshed. Everybody had a gift to bring to the table.
It all came
to bring
together.
The program together. Crystal, with her personality and her many, many years of experiences in background in spirituality. Trina, Phoenix, Jules, the alchemist. I could just go on and tell you there was like a dozen people eventually involved in all aspects of bringing the show up and running. And not everybody's cut out to host, or not everybody's cut out to be a regular, because they have other things going on. They didn't want to necessarily have anything to do with administration. They just wanted to be able to come on and be a panelist once in a while and share their stories, their products, their services. Go ahead, Laurie.
Theresa and Laurie, the unifying factor in regards to the growth of this program and how you two are here today. I personally don't believe in coincidence. I can go story after story after story on how certain things have happened in my life that have created a profound, not a consequence, but a profound result in regards to, wow, I can't believe that happened. And I didn't even intentionally manifest that. I just wanted it and it just happened, right? And when you talk about Brian and you talk about the journey and everybody coming together, I don't think that was by chance. I think there's some great forces at work here that brought all of you together. When you talk about messages and people coming and we just had a story from somebody we know in regards to a friend that we lost and how he went to this guy to send a message to this guy for this and what we're doing here. So I absolutely believe in that. I think most of our listeners
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Absolutely.
Yep. It was a chance to kind of do something out of the box, bring all these people together, and then really kind of cut to the chase on everything, and then discuss topics and things that were really out there that most people were kind of like, what the heck are they talking about? What is this stuff? And it was all spiritual. We all have guides and people that guide us and help us. But yeah, I believe we were guided to do the show, no doubt about it. And I think Brian Barnett had a huge part in it. And also, I have a particular guide that I deal with, and he's been grooming me to get me to this point. So never thought I'd be doing anything like this, but it's been an amazing experience and
We're
just
working-
absolute fun.
This year, just so you ladies know, Ron has always had a huge interest in this. Ron loves talking about
Paranormal, ghosts, anything like
Yeah.
Bigfoot. I'm a huge fan.
Me too.
I play the skeptic.
Yep.
Although I'm a believer, let me just say it that way. But I come from more of the I want to see it. I've never seen something like that take place before. I've never put my eyes on something that I thought might be Bigfoot, realistically. But when it comes right down to it, that's why I got into this, because I'm so intrigued by it. I mean, you look out in space and you realize there is no possible way with the vastness of the universe that we are the only ones here.
Oh, I believe
Very.
the universe is teeming with life, absolutely teeming with life.
Well, and tell me your opinion on this. I interviewed a guy about 4 years ago, and we were talking about the universe, and we were talking about all the information we know as humans existed long before this planet even existed. It's there. All that information and intelligence, whether it doesn't have to be in one of these, it doesn't have to be in one of these. Hi, buddy. It's just there, and it's hard to explain because we talk about all these different levels of existence and parallels and all this weird stuff, right? Which is weird, is very cool to me. Where was I going with that? I got distracted by looking at Petey and kissing him. He was talking about how we absorb information from the universe. That's how ideas come about. That's where dreams come from. It's us being open enough to absorb that information, to allow it to enter us, and to be able to sort through, and at times have to unindoctrinate a lot of things that we were taught, growing up in our current society as a human.
Well, and you end up pissing off a lot of Christians.
What?
Right?
No.
Evangelicals, because they think all of a sudden you don't believe in a higher power or God or Jesus or anything like that, and that's absolutely not the case. Yeah.
Well,
they
there's
make
so
that
much
assumption.
more to all this than just
Absolutely.
religion. It's more vast and expansive than anyone could even imagine. And when you start getting into this stuff and you realize, and it starts opening you up and you discover all these new things, it's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing.
Let me ask you guys, folks, by the way, we have Theresa and Laurie from Andromeda 7, the Celestial Gateway on the program. Dear friends of ours, I am so honored and privileged to have them here. We are going to kind of get into some paranormal in the second segment, but journeys are important to me, right? I mean, they're important to
absolutely.
me. We love talking about that because I think sometimes the journey is more of the educator than the actual, some of the things that we actually talk about. Because people need to understand the bumps and the bruises that come along with this journey as well, right? So let me ask you this. Now, you said you've been really going full throttle this year. This is your year that you've really been exploding within the radio industry, and it's where lights are blinking in the room right now, which is really cool, kind of.
Yeah. We have storms in the area, folks. So if we go offline, you'll know why.
So let me ask you this, and I told this to Ron. We talked about this before. The more you believe, the more you see, the more you hear, the more you feel, the more you touch, the more everything
True.
around you changes. Have you noticed when you have gone into your spiritual journey, your paranormal journey, your belief journey, that you have noticed more things that you normally wouldn't notice when you weren't believing what you believe?
Well,
You're more expanded.
Each one of us will have an answer to that, because I've been doing paranormal investigating for about 20 years. And I've been on some pretty good all-night investigations, 4-day weekends. And that opened me up because I went in as a huge skeptic. So I ate, drank, and slept, everything I could get my hands on to experience the paranormal. And sure enough, I did. And that turned me into a more open person. So in terms of my spirituality, it also led me to this group because I had been watching Beyond Reality Radio with J.V. Johnson. I had been a member of the local TAPS group. And then I had also gone on investigations with different TAPS members. They're public events, and we would team up, and I always had the VIP package, so I could go in there with Grant or with Amy or with Adam and get the firsthand experience. So that was really cool. And but what it did is it made me more of a believer. Instead of my family was afraid it would take me away from, it took me away from religion because I was already hightailing it away from organized religion. But what it did is it made me more of a believer in source, in creation, in source, and it made me more faithful, and I'm much more open now. A year ago, I was closed-minded to some of the what you would call some of the New Age spiritual movement and some of their activities, and I was a little bit judgmental. I still had that judgmental, but I was working through some personal issues. Now that I've gone through that and a personal transformation of my inner self, and I know my true self now, I can accept other people's truths a lot more readily.
True.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I had some paranormal experiences, some major, and it got me thinking about what is this all about and why is this happening? And then I just discovered and immersed myself in anything paranormal. And then I started reading a lot of self-help books, spiritual books, people who had ascensions, spiritual awakenings, things like that. And then about 3 years ago, my dad passed away, and I had a major opening, a Kundalini opening, actually, and began giving my family, friends, customers, people I know, spiritual messages from loved ones that had passed. And I mean, these were specific messages to the point where people were like, holy crap, you are connected. There's no way you could know any of this. And that's
actually
kind of
cool
started it
to hear.
Well, that's kind of that's what I try to say all the time to people is that the more you open up to it and the more you accept it. And I got to say really quick, the profoundness behind the fact is a spiritual journey breaks so many chains and anchors in regards to being judgmental.
Right.
It is
much
so
more open.
Yeah, I mean, I see my spiritual friends; they are so completely good with who they are. And then, and I say this respectfully, and I don't even know why I got to say that, but a lot of these people that are really religious, they possess the most venomous hate of anything that's not them. And that's all part of the journey. And I think it's a beautiful thing. It really is. But, just like Laurie was saying, the more you progress into this belief and this spiritualism and this openness of the world like we do.
That's right. Yeah.
You're exactly right, Laurie. You want to talk about like dreams and communication. We talk about visitations. I mean, that is as real as it gets. And it gets to the point that where you're so confident with it that you no longer try to convince people that it's real.
I don't have to convince anyone.
Right.
The only person that needs to know what's going on is me. And I'm fully aware and I embrace it and I feel it and I know it to be true. and it has changed my life. It's changed people around me's lives. It's been an amazing experience, and I'm forever changed and forever grateful for that experience. And to share it is just amazing.
Amen to that. Me too. You know, and the other thing is fear. The other factor besides judgment is fear. I no longer have fear. See, I would fear that people were practicing Wicca, or I would fear that people were casting spells, or I would fear that they were using tools, and I'd go, "Oh, you don't need any of that," because I was failing to see that they're just tools.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
These people are still doing this themselves with their own internal power, but they're using tools to help make things happen. And once I was able to see that and take the fear and judgment away, now I use the tools once in a while. But I don't make them a dependency. I can connect without certain tools. I can direct connect with source. I don't need tools to do it, but the tools help amplify the experience.
You know, speaking of tools, let me ask you, Ron, do you have anything you want to say?
No, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. So you're talking about tools, and this here is something too that I tried. I don't know, right? So all I do is I grab these bits and pieces through my journey, and I always try to put it together. Ron and I, we have deep conversations of, you know, we speculate this, we speculate that, or we're like, well, what if? Oh my God, dude, what if that was true? Holy crap! Oh my God, I'm gonna pass out.
It's just a matter of opening up your closed mindset and just thinking outside the box. You can't. A lot of people. I mean, in today's world, with what's going on in the world today, you cannot get people to think outside this little box that they've crammed themselves in.
Very true.
So let me ask you this then. So when we talk about different practices and different practitioners, let's say Wicca, let's say voodoo, let's say some of those where they use physical items, they grab hair, chicken's feet, they burn this, or they do. Now I do certain things to create my intent. I do believe that because I believe what I'm doing is creating the intent. But what you were just saying is that you don't need that to manifest that. But like, I'll light a candle and I'll put it, and sometimes I'll just watch the candle burn as I'm trying to manifest something into my mind. Right? It's just what I do because I feel comfortable doing it. Some people will light it.
It's a focus thing.
It's a focus.
That's exactly it.
Yep.
It is a focus.
But when you think about like different cultures and the ways that they do things in order to manifest a reality, like voodoo, they technically, I don't believe they need to do all that they do, but I think that that whole motion of everything they're doing is just producing a powerful intent. What do you think about that?
Well, I think the tool gives them some energy boost because it's like, think of it like your dance. And focus. So think of it like this. You can give meaning to any object. I could take this amethyst, which is, most people say, yeah, it's a pretty rock. It's a pretty crystal rock with purple. But, but I could put any intent to it. I could say, this is going to be my chosen source for protection. It's going to open up my third eye, whatever I want the role to be, or traditionally what other people have said it is, might not mean the same thing to me, but I can create whatever I want this to represent. Now, when I go to meditate, I can say, okay, it's got all these things that are going to help me boost my intent. So I'm going to put it on my forehead and I'm going to meditate.
Right.
Now, others would laugh like hell about that. But the truth of the matter is that if you've put your intent into it, and it's become a symbol that you recognize it's going to take your words and put them into action, take your thoughts and intent and help you amplify it. That's all they're doing.
Right.
Okay. So when they sit there and they say, I believe that when I stick a pin in this doll that represents Laurie, it's going to tickle Laurie and make her laugh. So I'm going to stick this pin right here because it's
wrong, Laurie.
They actually believe that. Now, the counter to that in the spiritual community is that Laurie is aware that there's people out there doing that kind of stuff, and she has a protection around her at all times, and so do I. So you stick me with that pin, and you're going to feel it yourself.
So if you had
interesting. That's interesting.
Right. So now if you had a crystal, like you two ladies, why don't you go ahead and show the audience what you showed me before the show, your crystals that you guys. Yeah, you did. What the hell?
Yeah.
Well, I was only brought this on to torture Rocci.
Oh. What the hell?
Nice.
It's gonna get you, Rocky.
Oh,
No.
that's some alien abduction shit right there, bro. I can just visualize it.
Part of it's green. I can see that.
Yep, it sure is.
Yeah.
All right, so
Oh,
let's
this
see.
one, this is chakras. This represents your chakras.
Oh,
the different
whoa, hey,
colors.
easy with the cheeses, Theresa. What?
You guys are terrible.
Okay,
Turn around.
so we have a minute 20 seconds left before we have to go out. I'm going to ask a question, but let's come back from the break with the answer. So here's my question. When you grab one of those crystals and you go put it in a toxic atmosphere, could you transport that crystal, bring it somewhere else, and will that crystal create that toxicity in another
That's a great
atmosphere? Dude, I
question.
come up with
Does
shit.
does it carry the toxicity
Does it
wherever
carry it?
it goes? If it's been in that environment, is what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%. So, folks, Theresa, Laurie, Andromeda 7, Celestial Gateway on the program tonight, Abnormal Realities. Hey, we have a little something for all you listeners out there. If you want to become an affiliate for Romika Designs, Brother Ron Phillips, man, he's hooking some stuff up. You could start your own business. Dude, they can make anything happen for you. I mean, Ron can even do like a remote viewing back rub.
No.
No?
I think no.
A little too much? A
Little too much. Little too much. No, but we're
might try that one.
adding new stuff. We'll tell you more here on the break, but we're adding new stuff to the platform, and so we're anxious to see what all kinds of things people can do with it.
Get to the website at abnormalrealities.com. Make sure you catch all the stations and networks that follow the program. We love you guys. Hey, Ron Phillips, take us home, bro.
Hey guys, we'll be back in 2 minutes. See you then.
At Romika Designs, we're more than just a laser engraving and specialty design company. Much more. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs, and if you can dream it, we can probably make it. We can custom laser cut and engrave on nearly all material. Great for one-of-a-kind gifts, home decor, business and specialty items, or personalized and logoed designs created just for you or your company. Allow us to become your go-to gift and specialty project partner. Romika Designs can help make your ideas a reality. We're ready to help you design and create that special gift for any occasion or engrave your personal or business logo on just about any product. View our designs at romikadesigns.com or simply email us with your ideas. We specialize in custom design and we'd be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@romikadesigns.com, or visit us on the web at romikadesigns.com.
Abnormal Realities.
I watched a documentary the other day. People that were abducted. That's what it was about.
Abductees.
There was a kid, he claimed that he could speak alien. Let me see if I can pick it up. And he was serious, dude. I got chills watching it.
Then what was that sound you were making just now?
I don't know. It was what they did. But I probably said something in alien just now.
Did you call them to come get us? Maybe they can bring us a pizza. Ask them.
Bring us pizza?
Yeah, I don't care what.
Okay, hold on. I got to feel it.
Make sure it has jalapeno on it.
Really?
Yeah,
Just
please.
half jalapeno.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to ask aliens to bring me pizza.
Do they deliver it in 30 minutes or less?
It's on the way,
All
or
right.
it's free.
Abnormal Realities. With Ron and Rocky. 8 p.m. Eastern, Mojo 50.
Yes, we are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Abnormal Realities. My name is Ron Phillips. That
How you doing?
is a Rocky the Stucci.
I gave Ron a hug during the break. I sure did.
He said, do you want a hug? And I didn't answer him, and he said, didn't get a no.
That's it. I'm in. I went and jumped right on his damn lap because he needed a hug. Sometimes
He
people
did.
just need a
He
hug.
did.
You know what I'm
jumped on
saying?
me. Yeah, it was fun. I had a good time.
What?
I had a good time.
That's a first.
Yeah, so Romika Designs, we are doing gift cards now, and we are doing an affiliate platform. So if you want to make a little money on the side, feel free to go out. It is romikadesigns.com, or you can go to affiliate.romikadesigns.com and sign up.
I got a question.
It's that simple.
I got a question really quick before we get back with Theresa and Laurie.
Yeah.
If somebody signed up as an affiliate and let's say they came up to you.
They get a referral link and a coupon code and all kinds of stuff.
You got your own set. Like people go to the website. And
they can go to each product, create a referral link for that product, post that with a picture on their own website, and when it comes to the website, it'll give them the referral.
What if somebody who is an affiliate found somebody who wanted some of these coffee cups made?
Yeah.
Can they set that up with you and make the sale and do all that?
Just tell them to give us a call. We'll make the sale. I mean, if it's a bulk purchase, if it's one-offs and stuff like that, absolutely. They just put that product on their website.
That's it. Just like that.
Yep. That's it. That's how it works.
RomicaDesigns.com, folks. No joke. Hook it up because they're the driving factor of this program and helping everything you see right here.
And we appreciate it.
And they're also buying us like some anti-wrinkle cream for our eyes just because.
Pretty sure we don't sell that.
We're tired.
We are tired, but I'm pretty sure we don't sell wrinkle cream. Maybe I should get into selling some wrinkle cream. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the co-hosts of Andromeda 7 with us tonight, Theresa and Laurie. I see you laughing.
I love Petey. I just love it. You guys are the best.
Petey gets a lot dizzy during a show.
Yeah.
I bet.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Petey has, I got to do it, Ron, but just take a look. Look at that rear. Look at the curvature.
Petey got the butt I wish I had.
Dude,
Get some nice buns. Petey has buns. Petey has some cute little buns.
And big feet.
Are you sure that's not a Petra and not a Petey?
I'm pretty sure.
Does Petey have anything hanging in the front?
We have concerns.
He got a bump.
I will say that Petey has big fingers.
Okay, he's got a bump, so that's a Petra, not a Petey.
You know, Petey and Rocky have the
What's
same
wrong with you two?
haircut.
We do.
Yeah, they do.
Stop.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Jeez, man, you're making love to my Petey.
Have a crystal, Rocky. Have a crystal.
All right, here's a question for you two ladies. You're on a train.
They still got to answer the question from before.
Oh, I remember. I actually forgot about that, though. ADHD completely kicked in. I was way past that. All right, so you're on a train. Let's say you decided to go to Russia out of the blue. And you went on this train in Russia, and all of a sudden, this alien craft took ownership of this train, starts pulling the train at 100 miles an hour. You have two choices. You either jump that damn train or you get anally
jump
probed
off
for
at
a
100
week.
miles an hour, or they pick you up and you get anally probed for a week. Take your pick. Which one?
I'm jumping.
I'm jumping. Boom.
What is wrong with you people, man? All you got to do is relax. The anal probe's not going to go that far in.
I couldn't go through that.
Dude, look at Petey's fingers.
Yeah.
No.
That's depth.
I'm not going to win this argument. I got you.
Don't even go there. Don't even go there.
All right.
What was the question?
I'm all for long fingers, but cold and bony ones, no.
Oh, Mr. Meatball, there's so much I could say right there.
What?
Right.
She went there.
Can you call my doctor and hook him up with some warmth gloves or something?
I feel...
Yeah, warmth. That's what
I do feel warmth.
Years.
Okay.
All right, so the
Short
question...
fingers.
Teresa's like, Laurie, do you see this? She's like deep in thought right now.
I'm witnessing it. I'm your witness. I feel you.
All right, so folks, again, on the program, we have Laurie and Theresa from Andromeda 7 Celestial Gateway on the program. Two amazing, absolutely stunningly amazing women, and we're honored that you are both here. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thanks for having us. We really appreciate
Before we went out to break, this was a for real serious question because, we hear a lot about crystals, energy, healing. A lot of people, they put their crystals out in the moon kind of recharging or, however they recharge. I don't know a lot about crystals, but crystals, I believe, have memory in some form or the other. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. But the question was, if you put a crystal in a toxic environment, took that crystal and then brought it over to Ron's studio and put it right here on the table, would that energy from the crystal that maybe it absorbed from a different environment disperse and affect those in this environment?
It could very well be because crystals hold memory. They hold energy. Crystal technologies in your computers, your cell phones. But why would you want to put any negative energy out there?
Well, let's just say you went. Let's just say this. Here's an example. You found one laying on the grounds of like a psychiatric institute. So it's kind of automatically without intent. that atmosphere is just
Right.
naturally
Right.
gross. You know what I mean? And you're like,
Okay.
wow, this is beautiful. Let's bring it to Ron's studio and put it on the table.
Man.
Well, it could hold that
Ah.
energy. Absolutely. It has that capability of doing that. But it could also be cleared as well. So you could clear that energy just as you would in yourself. If you were a negative person and you decided, well, I don't want to be negative anymore, you clear that negative energy. It's the same thing. It just holds the memory, whatever it's around.
Now,
It's-
a lot of
I don't
people
know.
have
Yeah.
crystals.
Yeah.
And they don't realize that crystals probably should be cleared. How
They
would
use sage.
yeah. Okay, so
use
give
sage.
us a 101, just a quick version of clearing a crystal.
Go ahead, Theresa. You know this one.
Well, we burn sage with the intent to clear any negative energy. You can also rinse them or soak them in certain ones now in ocean salt water. So you can get some ocean salt and sea salt and soak them in that. And if it's nice outside, you put them out under the moonlight to charge them. And you have the intent with it to clear any kind of negativity or ill-conceived thoughts of any kind from its memory, and you just wipe it clean just like you would a hard drive.
Whoa.
Interesting. That's wild.
I'm glad you said drive after that word.
Well, yeah, but you know,
She says you wipe it dry like a hard
drive.
drive.
Okay. No, but here's the thing that I thought. Stop touching me. Here's the thing that I thought about while you were saying that is if you get crystals given to you from a family member or something like that, you don't know.
I still clear them.
Okay,
clear
I
them.
started to say,
You would
but people
clear
don't know they're supposed to do that.
Well, you
You
can
do it with
actually
tear-
bury them in the earth as well. That will
Yes.
clean them and
Yeah.
clear them as well. Mother Earth, it'll
How long
take
do you
all
have
the
to keep
negative
them there?
energy out. You go for a
Overnight,
day,
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Day.
about 24 hours, something like that, 8 hours.
So
Do
would
the
that be
same thing with any spiritual tool, Rocky, whether it be divining rods or these tarot cards. You're going to want to clear them periodically. Put salt on the right, Laurie. You salt the cards
Yeah.
to clear them. Burn sage. The rods, same thing. And I recharge them with my energy by putting them under my pillow and sleeping on top of them.
So now, when you put it in the ground, is that similar to what like a human would do when we're earthing? Because I've done that before, where I've dug a little hole and I put my feet in the ground to kind of
Sure.
ground myself. You ever hear that?
No, I
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, it's called earthing.
Exactly.
Earthing.
Yeah, you bury your feet
Yeah,
and
grounding.
you create a ground to
Yeah.
your body because of electricity.
Yeah,
You ever been to the beach, was
Yeah.
a kid, dug a hole, crawled in it? That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. You've done that?
Dude, I am spiritual awareness, bro.
Incarnate. Yeah. Okay.
No, I actually
I'd
do
love
that.
to learn that kind of stuff, but I'm sure there's a lot of resources out there.
Now in Texas, you can't really do that in many places because two things: fire ants and
Clay.
it's a big rock. Yeah, so you're kind of screwed. You're gonna have to travel for that. All right, so can I show you two a video? We're gonna get into what we have here, Theresa and Laurie, but I want to show you a video first of a location that I used to investigate. This was in Osceola, Wisconsin. It was an old water distillery. We used to investigate the mansion, not the original distillery, which was down the hill. It was built in the early 1800s. And I established a relationship with the spirits. I mean, a relationship with the spirits that lived in this home. And we were down in the basement. You're going to see a gentleman on here. His name is Terry. He's one hell of a guy. He's a good guy. I missed the hell out. It came from my right. And then it stopped, and then it goes behind Terry. It stopped and so it changed direction to go behind Terry. I saw that live on the camera, and I asked the question, who is that standing over there by Terry? And listen closely to what I get for an answer. So here we go. Is somebody standing over there by Terry? Grandpa? Did you hear that?
Said
Wow.
grandpa.
Yeah, a little bit. I
Yeah,
heard
I thought I
I
heard
heard a
grandpa.
voice.
So that was,
Was that a-
complete. It was a little girl. No, that was completely unedited,
Feminine.
and I don't know how good you could hear it on your end through the audio. I'm just gonna go back a little bit, and I'm gonna play it one more
Do it
time.
again.
Okay.
Here
Yeah.
we go. Standing over there by Terry. I don't know how well you hear that, but it was a little girl, and she said, "Grandpa."
Hennepa,
I heard-
or grandpa.
Grandpa.
Okay. I heard that. Yeah, I heard that. Head pop.
So
Yeah.
that it was this house was one of those experiences that taught me something, that not all spirit are bad. Because when I first got involved in the paranormal, it was two things. I had a lot of friends that were killed or dead for whatever reason it may be, not even we're talking about. But I needed to verify that they just weren't dead. This is how my journey began. And I just needed something. I didn't care what it was. Even if I was attacked, I was so angry and dark at the time, right? So I had this perception at the time that I was going into these places and everything I dealt with was dark, creepy, malevolent. And I started investigating this home and this little Angelina, that's her name. We found out who she was. She was the granddaughter of the butler because her parents were gone. We don't know for sure what happened to the parents. The butler ran the house, the mansion.
Right.
I would pick up conversations, full conversations between Angelina and the butler, talking to each other. And Angelina I'm getting freaking chills right now. It was like she would get excited when I went over to the house, but I could only communicate with her in one area of the house. And she would always come through and she would answer intelligently like that. Hey, who's over there standing by Terry? Grandpa. So that was a life-changing thing for me. That's where my direction started changing in the paranormal. So Angelina, I thank her for making me more aware that spirit isn't just about darkness. It's also about light. It's also about compassion and love. And people are where they want to be, and they're very happy and content, like Angelina and the butler were, right? So now you sent us some video. Now, what are we going to be looking at here? We got a couple different things. Which ones do you want to share, want us to play?
It's up to you, Laurie.
Definitely want to do the office one. That
The one with
was
the
at
office
my
desk?
business. Yeah. So this is in my office at my business, and I had just installed some 4K cameras, and I had a really strange vibe to check the cameras. It was after we had closed. It was dark, and all of a sudden, I started to see what was going on the camera. And
All right.
of course, this was all being recorded. So if you watch
the
floor
center
and
of
the
that
top of the
desk.
desk.
All right. So folks that are,
Watch
yep.
It's coming back. That's the return. You got to play it again. When you start this video, everybody watch the center of her desk.
All right. So those that are listening, we're seeing now it looks like from the last part, there it is. It just, I'm watching. And there, wow,
There. Now
I
it's
saw
gonna
that.
Down onto the floor, it tries to
Oh!
manifest. It says, the hell with this, turns around and comes back.
Oh, I did not see that the first time. So it does
I didn't
actually
either.
comes from the south. It's heading north and it loops back around and comes right towards the camera.
Yeah, I'm going to see it.
Yeah, it tried to stand up and
There
it
it
tried
is.
to manifest. Watch this.
And then it turns right
It's
there.
gonna
Boom.
There he goes. He's going to stand up. Can't make it. Turns around. Flies off.
All right, I'm watching this. Tell me, Rocky, where this thing starts out.
Okay.
Where is it starting?
On the
Okay,
desk.
stop right there. Okay, now you
On
see
this desk here?
there's a little blur right there, which I also find interesting. Now go to the next frame. And so you see the black chair.
Yeah.
Look right in front of that black chair.
Right here?
Yep. Wait, where are you at there? No, come down. Come down a little bit. Right in that, no, go to the left. Right in that area to the right. You know what? I'm getting up.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Keep talking.
Yeah,
See
because,
yourself.
okay. All right.
So look right
Yeah, I wish we had a pointer. We
Okay.
could point it to you.
and then you're going to see it right there.
Yeah.
There it goes. See, it looks like it's starting to crawl.
Follow it.
There it goes. Now it's jumping down onto the floor.
Oh, yeah, I see that. And now it's
See,
coming back.
it becomes a square shape, and it gets some height to it,
Holy crap.
and then it just goes back into an orb again.
Yeah, I'm going to play it one more time for those watching. All right, here we go.
And it's self-illuminating.
And go.
See, now while he's playing it,
Comes
yes,
up off
that
the
is
desk.
pretty profound.
Onto the floor.
The biggest controversy and conversation in the paranormal field is this subject is orbs. And, and I was talking with Ron about this the other day, is that, I've been in the field for, I don't even know how many years now, and I absolutely believe in them. But, just like you ladies and just like myself, we're critical. There's certain things that we look for. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things
Yes,
we look
there
for.
are. Because 90% of them are not orbs. They're some kind of bug or
Right.
dust.
Sure.
They could be a spider web hanging in front of the camera lens.
That's right.
It could be a number of things. So 90% of the time, I would say, at least 90%, at least that's been my experience, is that they're not spirits. There's some type of explanation for it.
Yep.
But the things that you look for is it self-illuminating? Does it give off its own light, meaning it's not a reflection from anything around it?
Yep.
Does it have a trajectory where it does a sudden change, a certain pattern to its, or does it stop and hover? And
that one did a full U-turn.
Yeah.
That one did a complete U-turn on its own. Yeah. Usually, and now bugs will fly around, but bugs don't usually have sharp angles, and you don't usually see them gaining in size, you know? They don't usually, this thing tried to expand itself out and upwards into some type of a form before it collapsed back down into an orb, and then made a sharp angle and flew back. So
yeah,
it's self-propelling.
Yes.
It's just
Yeah.
Yep.
So
You have another one.
We question it.
Yep. You have another one. It's the patio, off the patio. So this was my cousin's house, and she caught this on her ring and sent it to me.
All right, we're watching.
And just watch.
Oh, yep.
See those two figures from the right? There's
See,
two of them.
okay.
Now they're going to split off. They're going to split off. One remains behind.
Wow. All right.
That's moving too slow to be a bug.
Okay. Thank you.
And
Yeah.
now it goes up. Now watch what it does. It changes its shape into more of a tube, comes back down in the tubular form, and tries to make it into that vent there on the sidewall on the left.
And the first thing I noticed when I first saw this video, when you sent it to me, was that, okay, let's say there was a particle outside. Boy, I'm telling you something, that is really slow moving for something outside with, where you constantly have these drafts and breezes.
I told her at first, Laurie, that is a drop, like a teardrop on the lens of the door that you're looking through, the peephole in the door or the camera, and it's frost, but others said, Theresa, you're wrong, because look what it's doing. It's actually moving up and not down. There was no wind that night, and watch it change its shape.
It does change shape.
When it comes back down in, it's a different shape, and it's trying to get into it. You see the vent on the left wall? That's the vent to the house, and it's going to try to come back and go through that vent, so it has to collapse itself to get through there.
Mm-hmm.
And it also didn't... Go ahead, Laurie. Sorry.
The very interesting thing about this is my favorite aunt passed away shortly before all this happened. And so there was a wake and everything. We were all over there, and this was shortly after all that occurred, which was very interesting to me on a psychic level, that may have been just checking on the family, making sure everybody's okay.
Now, it's funny. I was telling Ron, I think might have even been yesterday, in regards to at my parents' house. My parents have a ton of activity. Even with all the activity they get at their home, the only time of year that they actually get like what orbs are in a picture are our family pictures on Christmas Eve. That is the only time you can go
when
around
everybody's together.
With everybody's together. You can travel every day. You can go to their house, take pictures every single day, all year round. And you will not get one, but every Christmas, the family picture. There's a big one. There's little one. They're all around us. It's like, what, so Laurie, let me ask you though. So now you were talking about your office. Now, I understand people that have psychic abilities, healing abilities, very open spiritually. I kind of sometimes believe that, we become a beacon because there are some in distress, and we do connect with higher what am I
energies.
trying to look? Yeah, higher energies. So they come and go into our life all the time. Was there something happening particular in your life, or was that just a traveler? Was that a visitor? Was that a friend? Do you have any idea what might have or who might have been?
It's difficult to say. I did ask Mozzarella about it. She's a psychic medium, and she said it was thought forms, that these were thought forms, and that they were not going to do any harm or anything like that. And then I think you've got another video where there's kind of a swarm of them, but They were
Is
everywhere.
that the one
and
in the parking garage, Lori?
Yes.
Yeah, the shop. I think the shop.
What did,
Oh, the
what
shop.
did, what did
Let's watch
she
that one
mean
real
by,
quick.
while we're watching this, what did she mean by thought forms?
See how these things kind of they glittery?
Yes.
They're just like tracking and moving. She explained it as it wasn't anything that was harmful. They weren't negative energies, but that they were thought forms, which kind of see how they're just moving. I mean, this is like a nightly occurrence at the shop. Now, this was all going on when I was going through kind of the peak of my spiritual awakening. And so I do think it has something to do with that.
There's another one here where it's a picture, and I'm looking at your studio there over there, right on the bottom left one.
Yeah.
I found this one as well to be extremely interesting.
here?
Yes, that one right there. I looked at that one for quite a while. That one definitely caught my attention. I almost feel like that one is like a leader. That one, there's something different about that one. I don't know, but it's different. I brought that up to you, Ron.
That car right there is a I believe it's a 1957 Nash.
Whose was it?
Now, it's one of the guys that runs a shop for me. He's actually my manager. And this is an old car, and he picked this up from a guy, and it was a one-owner vehicle. And a lot of the activity began when he got this car. And I started noticing it right after this car came in. So we do a lot of like vintage, refurbishing, that kind of stuff for vehicles. And he was doing a redo on this for himself. And he had the seats out and all of that. And that's when everything really started to come about.
So you
and
think
so
something
we
might have
found
been
out who the
attached?
guy was. Yeah. And that's what I told him.
that.
That's what I thought was going on. But look at that energy right there. And
That ain't no ball of
that's
dust.
not a
You know what I
normal
mean?
occurrence.
No, that is not your typical, the orb. That is something different. That is.
Oh, these aren't orbs. What we were capturing on her video there and blowing up were, they had a trail like slinkies. And so some people go, oh, it's a swarm of bugs. But the people, we even have a video of a man, one of her, I guess, managers walking through the shop during this swarm effect, and he didn't notice anything.
See anything.
So they weren't insects, and nobody has ever
Or
seen
he would have
any
been going like
insects.
this,
Yeah.
But the pattern they're making, if you play that next video in her shop, or you already did, didn't you? You'll see this like 2 or 3 of them will stream together across the floor, and you'll see a slinky type.
Is
pattern.
that what this is here?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is not
That's
an
blown up.
insect.
My goodness.
That is not an insect.
It has a weird structure to it, like a movement, like a frequency almost.
It almost has like an ectoplasm style thing going on with it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yep.
They're like centipedes.
Yeah.
That is not an
Exactly.
insect. I have seen insect orbs. These are tubular in form. Thought forms are tubular.
So now, if you play the shop video again, you'll see the.
You know
You'll
where I've
understand
seen?
what
You
you're
know
seeing.
where I've seen a lot of the tubular ones. While Ron's
Where?
pulling this up, I've seen a lot of tubular ones over like cribs. Where or like it's some kind of almost angelic or something at a very high vibrational rate, like it's a protector. That's where I've seen a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Now understand this is what is it, Laurie? A concrete floor.
Yes.
And these things are coming up off the concrete surface. And there's no cracks. There are joints. Right, Laurie, in the floor, but the joints are epoxy. They're covered up with epoxy.
Yes, correct.
So thank you for that information, guys. But before we leave, I want to talk about this real quick because we've had a friend of ours that basically posted images to us. Yeah. What is this?
There's another video showing it flying towards you from outer space, but basically that was mine, and it's been here several times, so I set up a stationary camera, and I was looking at a star, and it got closer and closer, and the stationary camera is doing an auto-adjust. And it's a spinning sphere of some kind. It's got geometric patterns in it.
It's not round.
And it oscillates. And at one point it looked square in the center. Now it looks like an eyeball in the center.
That's
So my
nuts.
neighbors were like, "What is it, Theresa?" I said, "I don't know," and they ran inside the house because
It's
they
very, very similar to an image that we were sent a couple of nights ago
Don.
from a friend of ours who sent it to us and said, "Hey, I'm seeing this outside my front door. What is this?" And so I just went and searched UFO with concentric rings, and several pictures came up with people seeing this. I don't know what that is, but there are a lot of people seeing it.
Well, there's two
What
explanations.
did you call
well,
it?
There's a couple.
There's
In the spiritual community, there's something called a Merkabah. MER.
Merkabah. Sorry, I should have
Merkabah.
finished the word because Merkas are not Merkabahs. Okay,
What's wrong with you?
sorry.
No, but in the spiritual community, there's something called a Merkabah, which is it's a type of orb that represents light and energy, pure light and pure energy. It is believed to be the matter of which we're made up of. In the spiritual community, we consider ourselves spirit beings first.
Mm-hmm.
We come to
it's your
incarnate
energetic body.
It's your energetic body that goes into a human form to incarnate, like a newborn baby.
Right.
Or if it's leaving this astral plane and going on to further journeys somewhere else, it's a spirit form. So the symbol for that is a geometric shape, and that geometric shape is just kind of like the symbol we make when we draw the atom.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's similar, only it's a different geometrical design.
Hey,
Ladies,
Theresa.
Yep.
We have
represents
less than a minute. Ron, we got to get him back because
there's more information that we need to cover.
This was the perfect to sit back and have these awesome conversations. And honestly, these are some of our favorite that we explore thought, and you two women are just absolutely amazing. And this is why we love you so much, because you're just so welcoming and comfortable to talk to. And I absolutely appreciate it. Let everybody know really quick, where can they find you guys?
They can't hear them.
What?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, all the
Now
links.
we'll come back after we get off the radio.
Don't go anywhere. All the links are in the description of the show, folks. Hey, Theresa and Laurie, we love the hell out of you guys. AbnormalRealities.com. Get your asses over there. Follow, subscribe, because we've got a lot of stuff going on. Ron Phillips, take us home.
RomikaDesigns.com. Get out there. Check out the merchandise. We love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night. All right, we are clear.
Dude, I am so... Where's our girls at?
Let me get them back on here real quick so we can say goodbye. Boom.
I am so unprofessional. I am so sorry, ladies.
Well, we were running out of time, and I kept looking at the clock.
It's all good, you guys.
So we still have our Facebook family on. Tell them where they can find you.
Andromeda 7, Celestial Gateway. You can go to YouTube and just put that in there. Mm-hmm. And that'll take you right to our channel. And then you can check us out on Friday nights.
That's where I'm at. Friday nights, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, correct?
Yep.
Meet the meatball in the chat room to watch our girls do what they do. Hey, you guys are coming back on because we love these conversations. Thank you all so much.
Oh, we'd love to.
Anytime.
Absolutely. Our pleasure.
Thanks for having us. It was a lot of fun.